Yeah, sometimes doing something different, it can change your reality because you begin to like actually see that maybe your circumstances aren't as, bad as you think, they are because you've been looking at your circumstances through the same lens for so long. And honestly, like sometimes, I think like we tend to target people, as like why we're miserable, kind of like, well, I'm miserable because, so and so. Or, like I had a stressful day today because of what happened with so and so, and it's like I think sometimes we kind of like run to, like the opposite of joy because we don't think that we can have joy in bad circumstances. Um,
Mhm.
and so, yeah, I think, that is like a good way to think about it, kind of like, you know, shaping, kind of like shaping your world. It's like other people's world may not have any joy and they can live like right next door to you. But because of, one word you said was, insulate. I think that's a good term because it's like the people around us like do insulate us, you know, like their energy and everything, like it just like, even if we don't recognize it, it's like we're interacting with like different frequencies and like vibes and stuff that people like, give off or whatever. And so, yeah, I think like one thing about joy is like we do have to protect it in a way. Because like sometimes, man, like, people come up in my space and like they don't have the same joy that I have. And I'm just like, yo, I went a long time without joy. Like, I'm not really trying to like be in another space, you know? And so it's I am protecting it, but at the same time, I'm not like valiantly protecting it with like weapons and stuff. I'm just like aware when like another type of vibe comes in my presence that's not joyful. And then I'm like, okay, what do I need to do? Because sometimes people who don't have joy, if you do have it, they need to be with you because they may not understand how to have joy. They may not understand about, like insulating yourself, like with other people. They may not understand, like how to change, their life, but they know that like you're cool, you know? And so it's like, I think that, we have to like be careful how we treat other people who maybe don't have joy from our perspective because, you know, um, they may not understand that there's another way to operate, you know? Uh, I think that from an early age, we begin to like think that we are certain ways. And maybe some people grow up not feeling joyful. Like, they've lived, like really hard lives. And, they've like created themselves in a particular way as, like whether it be like defense mechanisms or just ways to cope, like with their harsh reality. Um, and it may not appear very joyful, like to me or somebody else. But for them, they feel like that's all that they know. And that gives them comfort, you know? And that's the thing too, because it's like sometimes like joy comes from difficult situations or circumstances. So it's like when you meet somebody who maybe doesn't like just have resounding joy, um, I think it's important to remember that like maybe they're just going through a difficult time, or like their life experience has just been rough, you know. Because for real, like God, you talking about prayer earlier, Jacob, is like God can change somebody from like non-joyous to joyful like real quick. You know what I'm saying? It's like all it takes is like one prayer and who knows what can happen. All it takes really is like one encounter and who knows what can happen. Like Jesus did that all the time, like meeting people and then they go away like changed for the rest of their life. like demons fleeing out of them,
Yeah.
like one time. So we got like that same Holy Spirit flowing through us, you know. So it's like when people, you know, like encounter us, it's like they're experiencing Jesus for real. You know what I'm saying? Like we walking like him, you know. Um, so yeah, I mean, I think that that brings me joy for real, honestly, right there. So yeah, I mean, like I've had a lot of people in my life who had joy. Um, you know, like growing up, like in my household, there was joy, like there were joyous moments, but I don't think like joy was our priority, like in the life of our house. It was more kind of like let's get through this, you know. And I'm still experiencing joy, like from the memories that I have, because like they weren't all bad. But at the time, I don't think I really like learned how to be like joyful. There were other people that were though, you know, like you know, my best friend Tony, man, it's just like Tony always had joy, always had joy, always. And I was just like, I don't understand. I was just like, I don't get it. Like, how can you like always be happy? I really did not understand that. But I mean, like, he literally was. And, you know, like, you know, we was real tight, you know, still are, you know, I still talk to him and he still got the same joy. And so by this point, I'm just like, dude, like, you just got the light, man. Like, that's Jesus.
Yeah.
Like it's nothing but Jesus, you know what I'm saying? Like the Holy Spirit, man. But yeah, so it's like I think that, you know, because, you know, there have been and are joyful people in my life, that's the only reason why I have any joy now, you know. But sometimes it takes years, man. So it's like it's some people going around who ain't been joyful for a while, and it's like, you know, I just want to be patient with them, you know,
Yeah,
for
and
real.
the thing with